Hey y'all, peace and love, peace and love. Welcome to Flowing and Growing with Sister Nzinga, where we are working on emancipating ourselves from mental slavery. Well, we think because it ain't illegal yet. We're taking hold of and implementing new knowledge. That's the acronym that I made up for the word think. THINK. Taking hold of and implementing new knowledge. And that means, this is what I talked about on my last video. It means that what I was saying that um, telling people that they have to live their truth. And I was just saying, I want to clarify that. Someone made a comment, and I wanted to be clear. I'm not saying that we each, I was like saying, live your truth. I'm not saying that we all have a truth based on whatever we think is true. I'm talking about the truth. And you learn the truth through studying and through your relationship with the Most High. So, first, I wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you, because people have been listening, chiming in, and I'm just so grateful for those that are making comments. So thank you to the subscribers. Thank you for those that are doing notifications, and those that continue to hit the like button. So if you like what I'm saying, hit the like button. Okay, this is all helpful to building this. And I'm not really out to try to get numbers or whatever. I just want, if I just get reach one person, each time, then I'm really grateful for that. So let's get started. Well. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yo, me a joke, man. So, I know by now everybody has seen or heard about number 45 possibly having, somebody was trying to assassinate him. You know who number 45? He was the 45th president, and now he's trying to be the president again. So, if you guys look at that shit carefully, you will know that it was staged. It was just so obvious. Because the people in the back that was sitting behind him, they jumped up and they looked or stood up or something like that. But some of them, they didn't even do that. Here it is, shots ringing. If you got shots ringing near them or anywhere in the place, people would just be like running and dodging, all that kind of stuff. There wasn't even that much movement in the back of all the people who were sitting in the back there. Then, he goes down, he comes back up with a little blood or something like that, catch up. I don't know if that shit was staged, but that's my opinion. Examine it and look it for yourself. There's never been attempted assassinations. There have been assassinations. They missed when they did Martin. Well, actually, no, Martin really didn't die. That's something for you to learn about. Martin really didn't die from the shots. Do some research on that and find out how Martin Luther King really died. But John F. Kennedy and who else? The other people? Abe Lincoln assassinated. I think. I don't know them people. I don't really don't know. I don't care. But anyway, it's a joke. And this is the thing about that we have to think for ourselves. Even though you see it, that was an illusion right there in your face. And that's why I say think. It ain't illegal yet. You have to take that situation that happened and look at the whole situation, the whole scenario, and see, did it make sense to you? The way the people reacted, the way things was done, the way they talked about it on the news. But really, that was just a distraction because there was probably, surely, something else that was going on that we didn't pay no attention to around the same time. Something else happened, and it was going on at the same time. So, I'm just saying, don't fall for the okie doke, y'all. We have to start thinking, and the thinking process helps you emancipate yourself from mental slavery. But some other stuff that I want to talk about is in the country of America, there's on paper this thing called the Constitution. They have the national anthem. They have the Pledge of Allegiance, all this kind of stuff for people who are patriotic to the USA. So, if you look at the Constitution, it says somewhere, well, amongst the other stuff that it says about free speech. It says something about that everybody's equal, freedom, justice, and equality, and all that kind of stuff. Now, this is the part I want you to really seriously think about. If that is the case, and that's what's written on paper, based on how all the people who are citizens, supposedly to be in America, and they even got something that sometimes they don't even qualify you to be a citizen, but that's a whole other story. They call it, but based on what's on paper, everybody's supposed to be freedom, justice, and equality. Everybody's supposed to be created equal. and I'm trying to think of the exact words, but anyway, you been living in America long enough, you know just what I'm talking about. So this is to say, if that is the case, then why do we have to have discussions on freedom, justice, and equality? Why do we have to have discussions about reparations? Why do we have to have discussions about the schools that the some schools are better than others. Some schools get better supplies. Some schools get have the buildings are better. Some schools don't even have computers. Why is that a discussion? And I get tired of people saying, "Okay, we're gonna form a committee because we're gonna talk about um, you know poor housing in certain neighborhoods." Why is that? Because everybody's supposed to be equal. But if you've been living in America long enough, you know that it ain't equal. The schools are not equal. The housing is not equal. The taxes is not equal. Taxes that people pay. I mean, all those things are not equal because then they make up other rules. They say that, well, taxes are high in this neighborhood based on the amount of people there, the people that make the money. But all that shit ain't written in the Constitution. It ain't saying that. It ain't saying all that. Why do we have to be fighting for rights for us? Why is it now? They passed this law about women not being able to have an abortion, and even if a child is raped, that child is not able to have an abortion. That child has to bring that life forth. That's mental. That's insanity. That's insanity. Why is it that long time ago marijuana was considered the class A, class B. I don't know the details because sometimes I don't keep up with, but I know for sure that marijuana is classified just like cocaine and meth and all those kind of things, and it's a whole totally different drug. But they classified that way because because a lot of black people smoking weed. Cocaine's the white man's drug. You know what I'm saying? But I guess they was thinking that, well, if they get caught with it, they want to punish them the same way that they punish everybody else. And okay, I didn't want to skip past that real quick. So did you get my point about that? But why is it that we are stopped by the police and they shoot us, beat us, and they get the fuck away with it? What kind of shit is that? Why is it that there's some people who are in jail that if they don't have enough money to get a lawyer, they actually stay in jail because they don't have enough money to bail themselves out, and it could be just a little minor something that they got stopped for or got jail for. And a lot of times they put us in jail when we really ain't did nothing wrong. I mean, so why do we have to have these conversations about equality? Because according to America, we're supposed to all be equal. Why do we have to have these conversations? Why do we have to have committees? And why? Because this is the bullshit that they get away with because ain't nobody doing nothing about it. Nobody's working collectively. I won't say that because there's just a lot of shit being done. Because I'm on one of my videos, I'm going to all talk about this good stuff because there's a lot of us that's doing well, managing. But the fact is, I would say we're surviving. We're surviving and tolerating this shit, but there's still always some type of something. Why is it that when a black man or a woman or even children are in a community, what if they go to school with some white people and they go visit their friends in the neighborhood, and if they walking down the street, a white person will come up to them and saying, excuse me, you don't belong around here. Who are you? What's your name? And questioning people. Why was that man able to stop the UPS man and delivering packages in the neighborhood, and these two white men held him boy by gunpoint because he was black working for UPS delivering packages in his neighborhood, and he think that that black man don't belong in his neighborhood. And you want to know for sure how long you've been living, definitely you see white people in your damn neighborhood, and they're just there, and especially you see the poor ones and they're buying drugs, but nobody said nothing about it. People just allow that shit. So it's really like our fault. I'm thinking it's black people. We ain't even really black people. I don't know why we even accept the fact I'm being called black, African American, and all these other fucking names that they didn't gave us. Everybody that comes from a certain country, China, Australia, Egypt is in Africa, Russia, Thailand. That's what the person is. Oh, who are you? Okay, I'm Taiwanese, or I'm Russian. I'm French. I'm this, that, and the other. I'm Mexican. These people come from a landmass, and that's what their identity is. And so you have to go, that's what I'm saying, think it ain't illegal there. Why are we the only ones that they have given us a name? And not identified us with the landmass that we come from. And one of the things that the reasons why, one of the main reasons why, is because they don't want to just consider us plain Americans, because we was here first. Some of that slave trade shit is not correct. It's hyped up. Now that might have occurred here, there, whatever. But there was people of color. And because I say Africans, because we all descended from that place that they call Africa. Of course, that ain't the name of that damn place either. But we were there in America. We were there, and we were the original people. And these people they call the Indians, that's our people. We're one and the same. But they didn't want us to be able to have that. They would act like this. You get there and nobody's there. That lie about damn Christopher Columbus got there and nobody was there. That's some bullshit. People of color were there. So, I mean, it's just so many lies and lies and lies. And I get sick of, being on a committee of trying to, talk about, talk to the school board about us getting better supplies for our children. Talk about, us having equal this or equal that. Why do we have to have these discussions when the damn Constitution says that we're supposed to be all equal? Well, we allow that shit to happen. So some of this stuff that we as people, we got to be responsible for that shit. Just like we have to be responsible for this, the fact that, sometimes, when a black person get a job, and I'm using these terms because, so you know what I'm talking about. But, I don't consider myself that. Even though it's light-skinned, it has nothing to do with me being light-skinned. It's just that I know who I am and who my peoples are. But why? But why? We got to question shit. We don't question nothing. And we have to understand truly that why, to this point, all these years, what they keep saying, everybody say 400 years, but it's been more than 400 years. Why can we accept going to school and allowing our children to be able to be brainwashed? The educational system, you can't let your enemy educate you. Of course, yeah. Did I tell my kids at school? I ain't know some things when I was back there. I ain't know better, but I know now because I'm thinking and I'm making changes. But why are we sending our children to the schools of the people who are also oppressing us, depressing us, suppressing us, and keeping us down? What they teach in school is a lie. They're teaching. They are creating a narrative. Well, they have. I won't say they are. They have created a narrative. And they teaching you it. And now the schools are so awful that it's not even about whether what you can do or whatever. It's like they're gonna just give you this. They stifle the teacher's creativity, and then you have to regurgitate that shit back, and then it has the testing. And sometimes and then the testing is not even unfair. The wording is not the same. It's not the words the way they give it to us. It's something that maybe. It's easier for other people to understand versus us, because this is the way that they educating us. And then they're going to say, we don't have it. And, you better believe that shit, that, if the tests that go to the schools in black neighborhoods is different from the tests that go in the white neighborhoods. I mean, this is the kind of thing you just got to think for yourself. After this long a period of time that we've been seeing all this shit going on, you have to think. And you can't trust these people. They're always coming up with some shit, and then they coming up with the solution. So think about that, y'all. Think about that. I mean, and then they tell you in your face about the food. I don't want to go back into all this stuff again, but we have to just start making changes. And that's what I was saying, that you have to live the truth. Once you learn the truth, you have to live it. And I'm not saying it's your truth, the truth. When people, they say that we know that, let me see, how can I give a good example? I mean, even things like, I guess they thought they was doing us a favor when they stopped celebrating Columbus Day, because that truth came out, and so many people was collectively, a lot of people was going in an uproar about it, and then they changed it. I mean, so it's just so many things that they have given us. It's so many lies. But once you learn the truth, don't keep living the lie, and then you continue to perpetuate that, and you pass that shit down to your children. You have to be bold and courageous. That's what you need, courage. Courage to do it different than what the masses are doing it. You have to have courage to live the truth, courage to be different. Have some courage. to do something different and not continue to live a damn lie. So, man, I mean, you get sick of it. Once you learn the truth and, you understand, then you're able to interpret things and you're able to analyze and be able to think about things on your own and say, okay, well, this don't make no damn sense. Don't just accept it. You have to think things through as they happen. I mean, because when everybody saw that little thing, that little so-called assassination on TV the other day, it was like, oh no, oh. But those that are thinking people looked at that shit and said, oh, that's a joke. They're a joke, man. You know. So don't insult my intelligence. And we are very intelligent. We see some of the things that we have done. And then one thing I'm gonna end with this here, and then I'm gonna do a video on just about this subject, that we have to stop talking about what we can't do and what we ain't did. And I'm gonna do a video on talking about all the wonderful things that we have done. Because all that we keep talking about that, we keep feeding the same narrative, being our own worst enemy, just constantly talking about we ain't this and we ain't that and we ain't got this and da 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 da. But do know all these things that have come to us is because of someone else's idea. But once we start thinking for ourselves and then remember what we came here for and use our intelligence, it's a whole different story. So I'm just telling you, beware, get your passports ready. If you're going to be courageous enough to make a change, or you're going to be stuck there. Because this shit that they talk about happening in 2025, oh my gosh, they ain't playing. They telling you. They trying to start a goddamn war is what they're trying to do. But that's a whole nother conversation too. So listen, y'all, I'm just trying to share a little bit of something. And I'm hoping that, people are grasping it, holding on to it, and implementing it. So don't take new knowledge that you have and then just say, oh yeah, I know it. You have to implement it. You have to put some action towards that thing that you know to make a change. So be strong, be courageous, and most of all, love yourself enough to make a damn change. All right? God loves you, so do I. Peace and love, y'all.